Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the M4A1 Sherman. It's a tier 5 American medium tank. This one's located on the south spawn of Mountain Pass, and it's under the command of steve6027. Game on. Well, this is a rather special replay. We have featured part of this replay before in a different video, but we thought we'd do the video in whole for you. It's armed with a 105mm gun. It's capable of doing 410 alpha and penetrating 53mm of armor with the howitzer, which is its main armament, and also 1.91 meters burst radius. But it's not actually a howitzer, it's more actually of a an HE gun. The M4A1, as you know, did actually feature a 75mm gun when it was originally made, which was very good at lobbing an HE shell, but it just didn't have the pen with standard armor piercing to deal with some tanks. And so they made a 76mm round later on, which had a much higher velocity, but the 105mm was actually designed to be used as an assault gun to knock out enemy bunkers and that sort of thing. Much more flexible, because it knocked out tanks as well. Oh well, unfortunately that was a very bad shot for his first one, but he will correct that. Nice shot. Yeah, 389 from a pen, a low roll. But he can finish the guy off with his next shot, and he's gone. Standard reload 8.63 seconds. Steve has got it to 7.59, and he's not the only one who's been killing enemy tanks. Yes, other people have as well, and their team's already up by 4. He's being very cautious. Those tanks are actually on the bridge road, so there's no chance he can get a shot at those. Okay, so he's decided to turn round, and he's going to go around the west route. Now, a lot of these M4s were made by Ford, some made by General Motors. In fact, just about every company in America seemed to be making them, every car company for that matter. And it was a very good design, actually, for the age. Okay, got an AMX-40 up there, the Duck. And look at that, he gets a penetration with a heat round. Now he's been drawn by a Panzer Selbstfahrerfett 1. He goes down with one shot. Yes, the dirt gun is very capable on the right target, especially when they got thin armor. That AMX is being particularly difficult. He does have fairly thick armor at the front of the vehicle, but if you can get the shell in the right place, it will do some damage. We've got a Matilda Black Prince just hiding behind that rock. Again, he's a heavily armoured Matilda. In actual fact, the Matilda Black Prince wasn't used in battle. It was actually supposed to be a flamethrower tank, if I remember correctly. We're creeping up on him. We've got a damaged engine at the moment, but we're not fixing it just yet. Okay, there's Matilda. Yeah, he punches through the armor on the front. Matilda gets around into us as well, and that forces Steve to back off a bit, because he doesn't want to get hit by the AMX at the same time as he's trying to deal with the Matilda. He only needs to get the shell onto the corner of the turret. Thick armor on the front of that vehicle. Yep, goes another one, 108 this time. He's not actually penetrating the Matilda, he's actually just hitting it with enough HE that it'll hurt the crew. And another one for 111. You can see the marks it's leaving on the turret. Not actually going through. Okay, the guy keeps trying to poke out to get a shot. But that could be his undoing, because he's now one shot. So we only need one round onto him, and he's out the game. And that's it, he's out the game. Okay, so we've still got to deal with that AMX, but we have got a wreck now to give us a bit of cover. In fact, 2 wrecks to give us cover. Now we've just got to deal with this AMX. Here's a one-shot, so 1 round, and he's out the game as well. So that's 4 kills now for steve6027. Now, the next enemy tank, according to the minimap, is right over by the bridge road. He's behind those rocks. It's a T6 medium, which is basically the prototype of the M4. There's one of those actually at the Tank Museum at Bollington if you want to go and have a look. In fact, actually the first version of the M4, they actually got one of them, and the Americans kept the other 2. And he is a one-shot, 60 hit points, so 1 round of HE should be enough to finish him off. Here he is. He auto-aimed on and just drove up, and the moment the reticule was on him, bang, that's the end of his game. So 5 kills now. He's got company of an M8A1, which, as you know, is otherwise known as the Scott. A very useful scout tank. Well, it was actually a tank destroyer, but they did use it as a scout tank as well. Oh, we've got a Cruiser Mark IV, which of course is a British light tank. One shot. Oh, and the M8A1 kill steals from us. We did potentially get 20% of the enemy hit pool, but the M8A1 stole that kill away. That would have been a Top Gun. Now, what we got round the corner? There's the Panzer VII Parlapeta B, which is an Arty, and he's just fired his load, and now he's going to die with the next round. And he goes. That's the Top Gun. There's only 2 enemies left, an M4A1 and a Matilda, and it looks like the Scott is helping us. 1 round goes into the M4A1, leaves him on, well, he's now only got 62 hit points. The Scott got him as well. He's backing up. Oh my God, it's a Bombardier. He took out 2 tanks with 1 round. They got too close together, and that is victory and a Radley Walters. Here's the end of battle results, and that was a first-class tanker for steve6027 in the M4 Sherman. He managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He managed to get 14, and it does help having the HE rounds because they do knock out crew members, and that gives you those critical hits. You also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a fire effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, and here comes the epic medals. Yes, he got a Radley Walters medal for killing 8 enemy tanks in this game. Very well done indeed. A Bombardier for killing the last 2 tanks with just 1 round. Took out 2 tanks which were very close together, which was a big mistake by the enemy, but I'm sure Steve was very happy to have a Bombardier, and that's how we first came across this replay, because of course it was included on one of our Bombardier videos, which we like to feature. Sometimes Arty's, well, most of the time Arty gets a Bombardier, but sometimes tanks get them as well. He also picked up a high caliber for dealing the most damage in the game, and of course that Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. He probably would have ended the battle with 9 kills, but for the fact, of course, that M8A1 kill-stealed away from him on that Cruiser 4. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he got the highest damage in the game with 2,348 hit points, and nobody else was really near him. In fact, the next highest scorer had less than half the hit points that he did, and that was the other M4 Sherman on his team. 1,133 hit points went to him, and in 3rd place, it was the T6 medium on the enemy team, 1,012. When it came to kills, obviously it's Steve. He got 8 kills in the game, so he carried his team, because he got more kills than the rest of his team combined. The next highest scorer was the T6 medium on the enemy team with 3 kills, and then there's a bunch of tanks with 2 kills, including the M4 Sherman, the Matilda on his own team, the M4 Sherman, and the 60G FT on the enemy team. And when it came to base XP, yep, he got that one too. In fact, he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in that game. He got 1,205. The next highest scorer being the other M4 Sherman, who got less than half again. 554 base experience points went to him, and 450 went to the T67 on his team. He fired 17 rounds. He got 13 direct hits on the enemy, 3 penetrating shots, and 12 splash. Damage of 2,348 hit points, all of it at close range. He did receive 4 hits from the enemy, 2 of which penetrated, 1 non-penetration, and 2 hits by way of splash as well. He spotted 2 enemy vehicles, damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 8 of them, and got 13 hit points of damage assistance. Now, on a free-to-play account, he actually earned 26,463 for the game. He got 8,733 from personal missions payout. And he took away a profit of 28,254 credits for that game, 1,205 for the base XP, and he got a personal missions payout as well on that one, and double for this being the first game of the day, or first victory of the day, and took away 9,013 experience points altogether. But this was only the second Radley Walters that steve6027 got, and he has been a fan of our channel ever since we did feature the fact that he got that Bombardier in one of our videos. Well, now he's got another reason to feature our channel and to keep a close eye on it, because he's been in it again. Yes, he's actually got his Radley Walters game on, and we'll try and see if we can get that other Radley Walters game up so we can have a look at that one every now and then. I hope you enjoyed that one. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.